Good howdy, folks. I'm James Blackburn, filmmaker, actor, and adventure seeker. I live in the American Southwest, and I'm surrounded by breathtaking landscapes and endless possibilities. My passion? Capturing life's beauty through lens and screen. From Red Rock Canyons to Hollywood movie sets, I'm always on the move. Join me on my video adventures as I navigate the wilds of the entertainment industry and the great outdoors. Let's explore together. Alright folks, it's about 45 minutes after sunset, and I've been sitting here and relaxing for a little while, and down behind me, the mountain goes down quite a ways to like a creek, so there's kind of a canyon-ish sort of shape there, and I heard a pack of coyotes. They were hooping and hollering down there. I think they were on the hunt. So it's just a quick reminder to me that I'm not here really alone. There may be no people nearby, but there's critters that still live out here. So I made sure I packed away all the food properly into the truck. Don't want it anywhere near my tent. And this thing is dying out. I gotta get it going again. This little fire blowing stick that I got, really awesome. Helps you get right down to the root of the fire where all the hot coals are at without having to get your face too close and get all burned up, you know. So here we go. Almost headlamp time.
Sparks floated forward like fireflies, disappearing into the dark sky. I stayed by the fire for hours, listening to its rhythm, letting it warm not just my hands, but my spirit. When night fell, the sky opened up. No glow of city lights, just endless stars. Coyotes howled in the distance. An elk bugled far off, and the silence between those sounds was almost louder than the noise. I soaked it all in. The day was sunny and cool, hovering around 56 degrees Fahrenheit. The night dropped down just below freezing, the kind of cold that makes your breath hang in the air, perfect for firing up my wood stove and bundling into a sleeping bag, and occasionally questioning my life choices. It's cold out here. What was I thinking? I could be at home sleeping in total comfort. Well, for me personally, I love a good challenge, and sleeping out in the wilderness is worth it every time, even when it's cold.
Boy, it looks cozy and comfy in there with the light on here when it's getting dark. I'm not quite ready to go in yet, but when I do, it'll be a test run of the wood stove for the first time. So I'm expecting there to be some smoke in the tent for a little bit before I get it dialed in, but I think I'm ready to get it going once I get in there. All right, folks, we fast forward now to 6:45 p.m. It has dropped down to 35 out here, where it was a high of 56 earlier, so we've lost 21 degrees, and it's not even 7 o'clock yet. So yeah, it's going to get cold tonight. But here in a little bit, I am going to head in the tent and get that wood stove going. But for now, I am just hanging out here by this fire And I'm going to stay out here till this burns down because I'm really enjoying it, and I want to make sure that it's safe before I step away from it too. I'm definitely tired after all the work of getting here today and setting up and the wood gathering, and you know, this is the oldest I've ever been. I'm still getting used to it. But look how cozy and nice that looks in there. Can't wait to get in there in a little bit, get that wood stove going and see what temperature we can get inside the tent. Because it's 35 out here right now, and it's going to get colder. But I guess we'll find out here in a little bit. All right, folks, I did not show me starting the fire because it was a lot of work to get this thing going. As you can see, looks like it's officially cooking pretty good. I got the fan on top up here that's heat activated, so it's working. The smoke that was in here is starting to blow out finally. And then let's go outside and take a look at the piping. It's hard to see, but there is smoke coming out of that pretty good. Since this is the maiden voyage, I'm keeping them pretty small. I'm not letting a big fire get going in there. But I do want it to become an official fire, and it's struggling still a little bit right now, so let's see what else we can do to help it.
First attempt, smoke. Second attempt, more smoke, plus some muttering that thankfully no one heard. Third try, success. The stove glowed red, pine logs humming as they burned. The sharp scent of resin filled the tent. Slowly, the icy air gave way to the cozy warmth.
All right, everything seems to be working. It's still a little smoky in here, but most of it's blown out. It was really bad when the fire first started, but now seems like it's okay. We'll keep feeding it some tiny little things here. Keep it alive. I have the screen open on the other end. The door's open down here, and then the screen down here is completely open as well. So I'm making sure that I'm trying to not do anything that's gonna harm me, and have my carbon monoxide detector right here. I tested it earlier, it works, and it has not gone off yet, so we're in good shape. This little fan up here rules because it's heat activated, and I can feel it blowing the heat this direction. I bet it's way warmer in here now, even with the doors open at both ends, than it is outside at the moment. Okay, so at 7:30, it's saying 33 degrees outside, so that's 1 degree above freezing. So it is going to dip down tonight. We are going to go here into the tent though, and bring the thermometer in there and just see, you know, what the temperature difference is. Wood stove seems to be working great. It's drawing all the smoke out of the pipe like it's supposed to. I'm loving it. I tell you what, man, you open that door to put more wood in, and the smoke pours out. So I had to get outside for a second to get some air. It clears out pretty quick though, especially with that fan on, but man, whew. All right, so the thermometer there on the sleeping bag is reading 41, I think. So it's 33 outside, 41 in here. The wood stove's not quite cranking yet, so I bet we can get it up to 50 or 60 in here easily by the time we get that thing fully established. I don't remember what YouTube video I saw that mentioned these heat activated fans, but this thing is awesome. As soon as the stove got heated up, it just started blowing the hot air down this direction, and anytime there's a little bit of smoke when you open the door, it helps blow that out really quickly too. So I'm definitely recommending, if you're going to do this kind of camping, get yourself a little fan like that, because it's really awesome. Here you can see a stove thermometer, and we're running about 500 degrees, which says optimum performance, so we're not even close to overheating because I'm keeping it small. That came with it, so it's an awesome little idea. So we're about 42 degrees in here. Last time I checked it was 33 outside, but that was a while ago, so it's probably a little chillier than that. So we're a good 10 degrees warmer in here right now, and the stove is it's doing a good job. I will say there is one thing that I wish I had, And that is like a little basket or a bin that just the wood can go in, because this is all over the floor. It made a pretty big mess in here. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning tomorrow to get this back into shape. But if I bought some sort of bin the wood could go inside of, and it would keep it tidier and cleaner in here for sure. So yeah, that's an idea for the future. All right, we're officially up to 51 in here. It's actually comfortable. I'm really feeling like I had to shed a layer already. I had to take my hat off. This little thing is doing a really good job. You know, the fan and the heater together. And if you're wondering why it's red underneath, it's not the fire. I put a red light down there just to kind of enhance the background. As you can see, the red light shining up there too. So yeah, it's working. It's working really good. It's very comfortable in here. The smoke is venting out properly, and I just feed a log in there every once in a great while, and it just keeps going. All right, folks. It's going on about 9 o'clock, I think. I've been in here with the stove going for probably 90 minutes, almost 2 hours maybe. Took a little while to get it going. There was a lot of smoke at first, of course. But once it got established, it's been working pretty good. And I checked the temperature outside. It's 30 degrees outside. And in here, it's gotten up to as high as 60, which is really cool. I mean, not cool, but that's pretty awesome that it's double the temperature that it is outside. I don't know why the glass turned black. It's hard to see in there now. Must be just because of all the smoke when I was just getting it going. Probably just needs to be cleaned off tomorrow. But yeah, it's working good. All right, I've been asleep for a few hours. I think maybe 3 hours, maybe. Whew. I'm a little clogged up, coughing a little bit from just being around all the smoke. It says it's 37 degrees inside the tent. So my body heat's keeping it a little bit warmer than it is outside, because it's, I'm assuming, still around 30 out there, maybe a little bit colder. But yeah, I'm going to get back in this sleeping bag and snuggle down and try to get some more sleep. The wood stove is definitely out cold. I touched it and it's just as cold as it is in here. So the wood stove burned out sometime when I was snoozing. And it's too cold to get going again right now. I'm not concerned about it. Maybe in the morning we'll try this again. All right, good morning, folks. It's the next day. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Woke up to snow. Was not expecting that. It's coming down right now. Just a light dusting on the ground, but it's a big change from yesterday where this was all dirt and now it looks like snow again. I slept okay. I mean, I always toss and turn a little bit when I'm camping because I think I'm on alert and I'm just not getting full deep sleep. But all in all, I stayed warm in there. It was a good evening, and now I'm going to start packing up and get out of here before the snow gets worse, because the road coming in was sketchy. And I don't want it to get more sketchy before I get out. So yeah, start packing up here in a few minutes. Normally when I'm camping, I take a lot of extra time to pack everything up properly so that when I get home, I don't have to do it. But with it snowing pretty good here, and I don't know when this is going to let up, I really need to get out on this dirt road before it gets even worse. So all this gear, it looks unorganized. I'm going to pull some of this out. And then I'm just going to stuff everything in here and then organize it when I get home. Because I can't take the chance on this road getting worse. I mean, the snow's not bad yet, but you never know when you're in the mountains. And I'm up about 8,500 feet at least. if the snow is going to take a turn and get worse, or if it's going to clear up. So I'm gonna start packing up stuff, and I'll worry about organizing it when I get home. All right, I was gonna stay this morning and have a morning campfire because I really love morning campfires. I was gonna have some biscuits and gravy, but with the weather changing like this, it's best. I keep saying it, but I need to pack up and get out of here before the road gets worse. And I'll have to worry about breakfast once I get back to town. Kind of like a frozen snow, frozen rain sort of deal. Well, it figures. As soon as I rush to pack up to get out of here, the snow is stopping and the sun's trying to peek through. So it's probably going to be a beautiful day up here. So I still got to get out of here because the roads are going to be sketchy, and right now they might be frozen. That may make it a little easier than trying to drive through some deep mud. So yeah, it's time to keep moving and get myself the heck out of here. Wow, what a difference an hour makes. When I got up, it was snowing, it was coming down pretty good, and now we're back to New Mexico blue skies, and the sun is out, it's shining, and it's starting to feel really decent out. It was about 30 degrees when I got out here at 6:30, and I'm not sure what temperature it is now, but it feels warmer, I guess, because I'm up and moving and I'm working. All right, the tent is empty, except for some of the leftover firewood that I didn't use last night. I'll get that out of here in a few minutes. I gotta get this rug dusted off of the snow and get it hanging up to dry. And then hopefully the sun will melt off some of this frozen ice snow stuff here, because this stuff is on here pretty good. So we'll just shake her off, let the sun do its thing for a while I get the rest of the gear kind of cleaned up and organized. The tent will be the last thing that I put away, just because it's got moisture on it right now. So yeah. All right, I got the frozen snow / rain off the tent. It's still a little damp, so I'm going to leave it set up here. I'm glad the sun's hitting most of it. And I'm getting the truck loaded, and things are going good. It's a beautiful morning again already. Even though, at 6:30 when I woke up, it was snowing, it turned into a really nice day. I bet it's going to get up in the 50s again here today. Awesome. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half since I got up, and it was snowing, and now it's a whole different world. I keep hearing birds. I think I hear a woodpecker somewhere nearby, and just a minute ago, I'm pretty sure I heard an elk bugling. So I'm out here in nature with nature, and it's awesome. I'm definitely hearing elk bugling. There was some back there and some over there. I wish I would see one or two or a herd. That would be really cool if they just kind of crossed through here. But You never know with critters if they're gonna be here or not. It's funny, this morning when I got up at 6:30, 100% of the ground was covered in snow, and just in an hour and a half with the sun coming out, you can see a lot of it's melting off already. I mean, it was a dusting. It covered the ground. It wasn't like a whole inch of snow or anything, but yeah, it's warm enough out now that it's starting to melt off. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit currently, but in the sun it feels warmer. I always think it's neat when you can see a mountaintop and there's clouds that are a little lower than it and they're blowing through. It's just beautiful. All right, before I rush out of here and head back to the town, since the day is improving weather-wise, I'm going to take a little walkabout here. I keep hearing elk bugling in every direction around me, and they sound like they're not too far away, so it'd be cool if I just happen to see some of them walking by. No guarantees. I have seen elk out in the wild many times, but you never know if you're going to see them when you're here at the moment. So I'm down the road over there where you can see the tent and the truck, and that ended up being a really good spot. Really enjoyed it. There was a nice fire pit there. You know, last night when it got dark, I shined my headlamp down here and there was something reflecting, and I was pretty sure it was a Forest Service sign or something. And sure enough, there it is. Let's see what it says. Seems like the road kind of ends here, and then it's walking only after this. Yep, there you go. No motorized vehicles beyond this point. Respect the resource. So there you go. Forest Service, Department of Agriculture. So they don't want you driving back here, which is understandable. That doesn't even look like you could get up that really safe. So walking, yes. Driving, no. But yeah, it's really, really pretty back here. It's kind of nice when you camp on a road that dead ends, because you know nobody's going to camp behind you. All right, folks. It's a good time out here in the mountains. I wish I had another whole day and night to stay out here. It's Sunday, so unfortunately I don't, but you know, next time I'll come out for a couple days and do this. It was totally worth all the effort and time and the work to do all this. Never hurts to get on a little walkabout. I'll tell you, when that sun goes away though, you feel the cold up here. My fingertips are getting chilled. All right. Everything feels pretty solid under my feet. The ground feels pretty frozen. So we'll have to be careful going out to not slip and slide too much. But it'll also mean it'll be less muddy, which is also helpful. So yeah. You know, I say this in just about every camping video I do, but the campsite looks a lot more lonely without all the gear set up. It just doesn't feel the same. Still love it, still awesome, but when you got your shelter set up and you got a camp chair out, you're home. And now it's back to being woods again. Campfire was over there. It's a great spot for that. You can see it was a beautiful backdrop. Anyway, just the mountain over there. Yeah, this was cool. Really enjoyed this. All right, folks, I've been up for about 2 hours, and it is time to get in the truck and head out of here. Had a great time. Beautiful place. So happy I came and had this awesome experience. It was really, really cool. I look forward to doing another winter camp with a hot tent at some point in the future. So, yeah. So that's the mileage to get here, approximately 91 and a half. You could probably subtract a mile from that because I drove around up here once I got to the spot a little bit. But you're still looking at 90 miles-ish to get to this spot from Albuquerque.
After a refreshing stay, I packed up my gear, erased every trace of camp, and rolled back toward civilization. As the forest faded behind me, I couldn't help but reflect on the time that I had spent here. It was truly a spiritual moment for me. One thing's for sure, solo camping near San Pedro parks, 10 out of 10. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Out here, every challenge, whether it's setting up a hot tent for the first time, coaxing a stubborn campfire into life, or navigating rough mountain roads, comes with its own reward. The reward of silence, of self-reliance, of realizing that even when things get tough, you can figure them out. There's something deeply grounding about spending nights alone under the stars. The stillness makes every sound sharper, every flicker of the firelight brighter, and every breath of cool mountain air feels like a gift. Solo camping strips down things to the essentials. It's just you, your thoughts, and the wild world around you. And that's the wonder of it. No distractions, no noise from the outside world, just the reminder that nature has a way of recharging us in ways nothing else can. For me, that's what the James Blackburn experience is all about. Adventures, big and small, filled with both challenge and beauty. That reminds us to keep exploring, because the world is out there waiting. One trail, one campfire, one story at a time.
Alright folks, I did it again. I did my second official solo camp. First one being last September up in the Gilman Tunnels in the Jemez Mountains. But this trip I really stepped it up a notch. First of all, I went out in winter, and that's always a risk because you don't know if you're going to get snowed in or not. I did not, thankfully. Second thing I did is I went to a place where there were no other campers last night. That's a big difference from the Gilman Tunnels where I had people mile away that were camping in RVs. So I never really felt alone on the Gilman Tunnels last September. Last night I felt alone up here. There was one truck that came in after I was here, and then I saw them leave a few hours later, and I have not seen another single person up here this morning. So I literally camped in the middle of a wilderness completely alone with no other people nearby. So I'm a little proud of myself, I guess, because solo camping is kind of intimidating, can be a little scary, especially when you're out here alone and you hear coyotes nearby hunting. All right, folks, officially made it out of the wilderness area and back to the main highway, which is just up ahead. The turnoff for that camping spot that I found is approximately 4.2 miles from here. So when you turn off, I'll have to remember that. It's also only 1.5 miles past the parking lot for the San Gregorio Lake Trail. So I'll have to remember that spot. I'd like to come back here and bring some friends to that spot because it was just really, really nice. Okay, back to civilization.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this trip, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another video adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and stay safe out there. Remember, folks, love, hate. Take care of each other. Remember, folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. So keep your mind, your eyes, and your heart open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures. Thanks for watching.